Hi there, some sports fans. It's Morgan again from the Nightmare Stables. This is installment 3, the final episode here for our 2016 Bargie Award winners in the Bargain Bred Racing Series. We're going to look at our Turf and Dirt Classic Awards here. We get to these well known distances and races moving forward here. We're going to kick things off by taking a look at the runners in our turf middle distance. Uh, Decided that there is some separation between middle distances, and for us in this series, middle distance is basically between 9 and 10 furlongs, and versus the long division, which is more 11 to 13 furlongs. We kind of separated those divisions here in the series. So this is our turf middle division. Get started off with the Hunt Turf Club. Hunt Turf Cup. And it's a mile and 3/16. We get this series started off in May, and it was Midnight Bells who did very well, closed from downtown, made it kind of look easy actually in the end here, winning by almost 3 lengths going away. Park Forrestal was a solid second. Hyrokin, just a classy mare. She set the pace here, finished third, and Zinkarali finished fourth here. The next race in our turf middle division is our 10 Lost Pyramids in August. It's at a mile and a quarter. And Midnight Bells did it again, close from well off the pace. This time, though, had to beat Go For All of It, who was on his game, stalking and taking the lead into the stretch. Just didn't quite hold on at the end. Midnight Bells got there by a head. And Sea Levels High, another classy mare, in for third in this particular race here. And then in the third race in the division, we go to the Pearl Cup, which is down at a mile and an eighth. And it was Barely Two who kind of turned the tables, and everyone kind of came from, well, I wouldn't say came from nowhere. He was one of the favorites, just wasn't a big player in the first 2 races. He closes and beats Go For All of It again. Go For All of It, second race in a row where he gives the lead up late, has to settle for second. Cardinal Samurai here set the pace, solid third. Gets the nod in the photo over Got More Junk, who has to settle for fourth. So as we rolled into the Bargain Bowl, the division was pretty wide open. And it was the 3-year-old Idealorio who closed from well off the pace and got there and beat Go For All of It again. Go For All of It, stalking, looked good as we started to hit mid-stretch, but got swallowed up there by Idealorio. Past is gone. Settled for third here. So it was a wide open division. The race here was really wide open because some of the runners that were in the earlier races in the early season competed in the long distance races at the late of the season. So this Bargie Award was really up for grabs. The turf middle distance Bargie goes to Go For All of It. And this just proves that you want to dance every dance, so to speak. There's 4 races in the division. Go For All of It showed up for all 4. He scored points in all 4. He was 5th, so only got a point for the Hunt Turf Cup, but he was second in the 10 Lost Pyramids, second in the Pearl Cup, and second in the Bargain Bowl Cougar Bike Classic. So didn't have a win in the division. But that didn't matter. He outpointed his competition and takes home the Bargie. Congratulations, Leno, on taking that Bargie home. Here's a look at that middle turf division. See, it was pretty close. I think if Midnight Bells had come back for the Pro Cup or Cougar Bite, he likely takes the division honors here. But the 2 wins weren't enough to outpoint Go For All of It. It was a really close division here. Idealorio, with that late win, got into third. As he won there at the Bargain Bowl. The next division we're going to take a look at is going to be our fillies and mares on the turf. And they get things started in the Blue Bonnet, going a mile and a 16th on the turf. And Van Varis set a really nice quick pace here and made that stand up to win by 2 lengths. Scored a 108 speed figure. Really solid there for Van Varis. Sakura's Cry had to close from mid-pack to get to 2 lengths of the winner and settled for second. Hyrokin, there's that solid, really classy mare. She hung around for third here in the first race for fillies and mares on the turf. The next race for fillies and mares on the turf, moves out to 1.125 in the Bargain Princess, and Time to Turn showed up, and it was kind of disappointing. A lot of us, I think, were rooting for Hirokin to set that pace and last to the wire, but it turned out to be a really nice move by Time to Turn. Tracked her down, caught her by quarter of a length. Game secret, or I guess you're going to say game secret there. Sorry, Gallons, if that's not quite right there, but settles for third there. Sakura's Cry third. Van Varis, who was really strong at 1.116, just didn't show up at 1.125 in this one. And then we go on to the Over Highland, which is at 1.25 in Fortalador. The 3-year-old filly who won the Queens on dirt. Did well against the boys in the Turf Derby. Well, she shows up and takes down her older rivals in the Over Highland Stakes here. Close from 17 lengths back. Aishin In set a really strong pace, but just could not last to the wire. Time to Turn had to settle for third here. Was quite a bit farther back. Game Secret settling for fourth. We rolled into the Bargain Bowl. Wide open division. Anybody's for the taking. And Fortalador closed down again. The Vimes Turf Distaff here at the Bargain Bowl is at 1.316 and made up a ton of ground, did this the Fortalador. Dragnil again getting another Bargain Bowl winner here, a really strong filly. Aishin did it again. She set a quick pace, but just could not hold off Fortalador. Time to Turn settles for third. 15 on Sky, the mare who was going long distance, came over to the Vimes Turf and ran a really nice fourth, actually. So our filly and mare, Turf Bargie, goes to Fortalador. Congratulations, Dragnil, another nice runner. Again, she won the Queens. She ran second to the boys in the Turf Derby. She had a couple of races there with the South African Oaks. She was second there, and came back and just won pretty easily, really, in the end when you look at it. Won the Over Highland by 2, won the Vimes Turf Distaff by 2, 108, 107 speed figures. She really started to blossom here at the end of her 3-year-old season. Look forward to seeing her as a 4-year-old here. So here's the filly mare turf division, the Blue Bonnet, the Bargain Princess, the Over Highland, the Vimes Turf Distaff. And as you can see, Fortalador's 2 wins here late in the season, got her 25 points. It was enough to hold off Time to Turn for the honors and the Bargie Award. Now let's move forward here. We're going to our long turf division. And this one, I'm just going to tell you right now, there was not much of a contest here. World of Drownings was the dude in this division, and he is a grade 2 winner, and we'll look at a little bit of that a little bit later here. But the Kings 13 starts this division, and he sat just off the pace, won by 2 lengths. Sea Level's High, again, a really solid filly. Ran a good second here by 2 lengths, but it was a 2-horse race. It was a long way back to our third-place finisher there. And then our long turf division goes to the Ark of the Ill-Bred, and World of Drownings did it again. This time he set the pace. Midnight Bells, who had been winning in the middle distance, had moved out here to take him on and really did a good job. He closed down very well to get within 3 and almost, just under 4 lengths behind World of Drownings to finish second. Sea Level's High, the mare, and Roan Sparkles here, bringing up third and fourth. It was a long way back to the 4th place finishers here. And then we move out to 2 miles in the Wombat Cup in the third one here. And World of Drownings just does it again. Just sits back, wins with ease, 8 lengths here. Sea Level's High, solid mare, finishing second here. Grand Pilot a long way back there in third. So when we were going into the Bargain Bowl, and it was pretty much a no-brainer. World of Drownings had already wrapped up Bargie honors. It was just a matter of would he win all 4 races in the division, and the answer was emphatically yes. He went on to win by 3 lengths here in the John's Call at the Bargain Bowl. Midnight Bells, again, closed well. Did pretty good here to stay in second, give World of Drownings a little bit of competition, although never really threatened. Sea Level's High here, the mare again, solid in a 3rd-place finish here. So our long-distance turf Bargie, it was a runaway. You had World of Drownings here who took all 4 races, and And the picture here is a little bit big, and mainly because I wanted to kind of show you his whole year. He got started in January with a second place finish in the Grade 3 Gary Trent Stakes. He was fourth in the Grade 1 John Scott. He was second in the Grade 2 the Nicky Show, and then he got a Grade 2 win in the Carlsbad Lessons. Really nice speed figures, and then he came on to dominate the bargain runners here. But what a really, really nice season for World of Drownings. Congrats to those connections. Here's a look at the domination, 45 points. Sea Level's High scored 22 points, which in most division races puts you in the running at least for a Bargie Award, and here you're just under half the points World of Drownings earned. But still, nonetheless, the filly was very, very solid in this division, as was Midnight Bells late with a couple of second place finishes there. And let's now go on to our fillies and mares over on the Dirt Classic division for our fillies and mares. They get started off with the Death Valley Distaff. It's just 1 mile, and Naja Vu had won the previous year's Bargain Bowl Cemetery Winter Distaff, and she carried that form over here really well. Sat about mid-pack, closed strongly into Lee Crioso's good pace there, quick pace actually, to win by 2.5 lengths. Gomo was third here. The next race in this filly mare dirt division is the Bargain Summer Distaff. We move out to 1 mile and a 16th, and Naja Vu just picked right back up where she left off. A nice, really nice 111 speed figure here. She would win by 3 lengths, just kind of dominating, really. Fort War would be a really nice second here after setting the pace, 107 speed figure. Light in the Flesh, third, and Gomo fourth. And then as the fillies moved to the third race in this division, the Slave to Tradition, Gomo would turn the tables on Naja Vu. She might have slightly been tired, but maybe not. I mean, that's a 107 speed figure. She gave a really good effort. Gomo was just better on this day. She wins by 2.5 lengths. Fort War is back in third. Capote's Crime's a distant fourth back there. So going into the Bargain Bowl, Naja Vu has 2 wins and a second. So she's a strong contender here to take the division honors. Gomo, though, coming on late in the season, running well. We just weren't sure what was going to happen. In the Bargain Bowl Cemetery Winter Distaff, though, Naja Vu stalked and pounced again, pulled off this time to win by 3 lengths over Gomo. Gomo, a good run into second. Light in the Flesh, solid pace setter, hanging around third. So Naja Vu, another dominating division winner here. She wins 3 out of the 4 races. The filly and mare Dirt Classic Bargie goes to Naja Vu. She's out of actually my stable, the BBRS stable. So just kind of, she had a 4th place finish in the Grade 2 Golf's Wager back in May, and tried her a couple of times in Grade 1 company. She didn't do well at 9 furlongs in the very vain, but in the mile and a 16th Bra Snap, she ran third, pretty solid, 107 speed figure. So these bargains can run at the graded level, just proving how competitive these races truly are. Here's a look at the Filly Mary Dirt Classic division, Death Valley Distaff, Summer Distaff, Slave to Tradition, and Cemetery Winter. Naja Vu with 41 points in the division. Second place was Gomo there with 25. Let's move on now to the final Bargie Award division here of the whole entire series, all 3 episodes here. We're looking at our Dirt Classic distance runners, and they get things started off in the Death Valley Classic. And the race at 1 mile and a 16th, Red Finger showed up big, 112 speed figure. He took down a Open to Alumni who had won the Bargain Classic the year before, but he ran a really nice second, setting the pace, just a length back with a 110 speed figure. Falling Pins would have to settle for third here. In the next race in this Bargain Classic division, we move out to 1 mile and an 1/8, and Open to Alumni picked back up his winning ways. He set the pace, didn't look back, not really threatened, although Red Finger was closing pretty strong in the stretch here, but he would win by almost 2 lengths. 3-year-old Lasse Tomber and Bottom End here would finish third and fourth. So the 3-year-olds are starting to come on here in August a little bit, maybe giving their older rivals some competition here. The Copper Cup is the third race in the series, out at 1.25 miles, and newcomer Sandal Keep makes his presence known. He closes from way, way back. He gets a really slow start, but has a great closing kick. He closed from more than 15 lengths back to win this by 2.25 lengths. He beats the Bargain Derby winner, Loud Colors, at the wire, who comes in third, and fellow 3-year-old Hear Me Out, who was a late bloomer of sorts, ran a really nice third here. Majesty's Allure was fourth in this particular race. So we're going into the Bargain Bowl. We've got a couple of different winners going in, so the division's really up for grabs. And at the Bargain Bowl, Bargain Classic, it was Sandal Keep who once again closed from an amazingly long distance back, 16 lengths back, closed strongly to catch the 3-year-old Lasse Tomber, and outclosed Bargain Derby winner Loud Colors, who had to settle for third here. Open to Alumni, just couldn't get much going in the late races in October and December here. But he did have a solid fourth here to finish out the season. So a nice, tough classic division, as it usually is. You don't get a lot of dominance in this particular division. So our last Bargie Award of the night, the Dirt Classic Bargie, goes to Sandal Keep, who just goes to show that if you're a smart trainer and you're paying attention to claiming races, that every now and then you can claim one that can come over to the Bargain Bred Racing Series and win a few. This guy was claimed back in May out of a $75,000 claimer, but it was probably worth it to Gowans there. And he comes on in and he gets 3 wins in his last 4 starts here of the year for Gowans and takes home the Dirt Classic Bargie. Good job for Sandal Keep and the Gowans stables. Here's a quick look at the Dirt Classic division for the Death Valley Classic, the Bargain Summer Classic, our Copper Cup, and the Bargain Classic. As you can see, the division standings were pretty tight. Sandal Keep needed that win to get the Bargie over Open to Alumni. Red Finger was a solid third here. Lasse Tomber fourth. And that's going to conclude our Bargie Awards. Again, the Bargain Bred Racing Series, we're just getting the season started off here in 2017. The next couple of weeks, here's a look at the races that we have coming up. We've got 4 stakes coming up in Mexico on April 1st for older runners. And then April 8th kicks off our 3-year-old runners and their stakes races. Got a nice filly and mare turf race there. We're going to have maiden races. We've got 4 maiden races in both those weeks, so 8 maiden races there for 2-year-olds. It's a good time to get started in the series. It's a lot of fun. Again, we're over at bargainbred.com is the website. There's a rules page where you can kind of go through the rules of breeding for the series. If you want to come ask some questions, come over to About Us and go to the message board. Come on over to the message board for us. We'll answer some questions. If you catch me on the main message board, you can send me a message there. We welcome new players, and so just ask away if you're interested in the series. Again, thanks to all the guys who participated again this year. Welcome back, Hawks. He took a little break from the series. He's coming back strong here in 2017. Thanks again, guys. Great 26th season. Look forward to 2017. Good luck.